Hello everyone and welcome back to That's Football. Jack Wilshere, Cristiano Ronaldo and Kylian Mbappe. We've got a lot to talk about today, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot. I'm happy to be back. This is your transfer, I was going to say daily transfer rumour roundup, but it's not daily yet. It will be daily when the World Cup finishes, but we're going to be dipping out of these shows when there's no World Cup on, so it's good. I'm excited to be here talking all things transfers. I hope everyone is well. This is an interactive show, so get involved. I've got your comments nice and large here, so I want to know all your opinions on all things transfer rumour based, but also in regards to the done deals. We've actually got done deals to talk about, so we've got, as you can see at the bottom, Cristiano Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe, Eden Hazard, Neymar, Coutinho, so many other players to talk about. But before we get into that, I want to get into the done deals. We'll talk about the done deals for about 5 minutes or so, and then get into the rumours and the speculation. So, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone is well. I've gone live a little bit early. Because, as I said, I've got a lot to talk about today, so I need slightly more than half an hour to talk. So, how's everyone doing? Ronak says, hey, Sander, hello from the Maldives. Welcome, guys, welcome. I hope you're well. Mbappe's a done deal. Not yet, but we'll get into that in just a second. Anyway, in regards to done deals, Jack Wilshere has moved to West Ham. 10 years ago, he broke on the scene for Arsenal. Aged 16, he's now 26, of course, against Barcelona. The Arsenal fans, the Arsenal manager, everyone involved in football in the world thought that Arsenal had a serious player on their hand. The midfielder, Jack Wilshere, had it all. 16 years of age and bossing a team like Barcelona. We all thought this guy's going to go on to something seriously good. But injuries have held him back, haven't they? Injuries have held him back. He's been on spells at Bournemouth, on a loan spell. But it's now come to the end for him at Arsenal. A lot of fans are gutted because, as I said, they've seen him grow up. Since he's 16 years of age, they've been involved with him in Arsenal. And he seems like a very nice guy, talks to the fans quite openly. And yeah, like I said, he seems like a nice guy. So Arsenal fans are gutted. Let me know what you guys think. But essentially what happened was he was coming to the end of his contract. He went to Unai Emery and said, look, Unai, bud, pal, boss, I want first, if I want to stay, and I really want to stay, because I love this club, I love the fans, I love everything to do with Arsenal Football Club, I need first team football. Big Unai went, sorry Jackie mate, I can't promise you. I can't promise you that, pal. I can't promise you first team football. We've got Aaron Ramsey, Lucas Torreira, who we're going to talk about in just a second, Granit Xhaka and some others as well in the midfield. You could have some playing time, but I can't guarantee you starts week in, week out. And Jack Wilshere at that point decided that Arsenal wasn't going to work out for him. So he's moved to West Ham, east of London. Weird that, isn't it? West Ham, East London. Anyway, he's moved to West Ham, and I think it's going to work well for him. I think if he stays fit, that's been the big thing throughout his career, isn't it? Can Jack Wilshere stay fit? If he can, West Ham have got a fantastic player, but that's never a guarantee. When he went to Bournemouth, he stayed fit for about half the season, then got a little bit of injuries towards the end. But can he stay fit? If he can, as I said, I think West Ham have got a serious player on their hands. What does it mean for Mark Noble as well, playing similar positions? Mark Noble, of course, being very, very loyal to West Ham. Will that mean he drops off and sits on the bench or even moves on? Get in the comments. I'm going to read your comments out. I want to know what you guys think. I love talking transfer rumours. I love talking transfers. So, Jack Wilshere to West Ham, done. What do you guys think? Get in the comments. I want to read your opinions. And just get involved. Get involved. This is a slightly long. Mark does a midday show. This is slightly longer, slightly more interactive. So get involved in the comments. John says, talk about Ronaldo. Who is Jack Wilshere? Well, as I said, we will get into Ronaldo in just a second. I just want to read through the done deals and then get on to Cristiano Ronaldo. We will be getting into Cristiano Ronaldo, though. Don't worry. From bossing Xavi and Iniesta to assisting Andy Carroll. That's just the way it's gone. I don't think he was a wonder kid because I think he has got the talent. I just think it's injuries, mate. I think it's injuries, to be honest, that really ruined his career. It's a shame, isn't it? Because we don't like to see talent go to waste via injuries, but that's how it is. Do you have any talk to Manchester United? We'll get into that. We'll get into it. Luis Enrique named a Spanish coach onto you. Yes, we'll get into that as well. Good move for Jack, says the Flat Earth Pharaoh. He seems a bit slow for a top team now. I think he could have still done it at Arsenal. He was quite good last season, although he didn't set the world alight. I do think he could still do it at Arsenal, though. But clearly, he wasn't guaranteed first team football. Anyway, moving on. Moving on to Luis Enrique, as you rightly say in the comments. Luis Enrique has been appointed Spanish national team coach. It's a done deal. It's done. It's an absolute madness, this Spanish national team position, isn't it? They had Lopetegui for the 2 years leading up to the World Cup. Then a day before the World Cup started, they sacked Lopetegui because Real Madrid announced that he was going to be their manager. They then got on Hierro. Hierro led them to the round of 16 where they got knocked out by Russia on penalties. Disastrous World Cup for them. He's now gone. Now they've brought in Luis Enrique. Get in your comments. I want to know what you guys think about Luis Enrique becoming the Spanish national team coach. Will he succeed? Will he not? I think he will succeed, personally. I think he will succeed. I spoke to Jorge, my Spanish friend, Barcelona fan, just before I went live, and he said, look, I think it's going to be, I think it's a good deal. I think it's a good signing, and I think he'll be a success for the Spanish national team. Of course he's going to say that, though. He's a Barcelona fan. Edward Wood says Luis Enrique is a brilliant signing for Spain. I think so. I think so. I do think he'll bring them success. He's got 2 years now to implement his philosophy within the national team. And in 2 years' time in the Euros, I feel that they're going to be a lot better with Luis Enrique. The only thing that I've got to say on Luis Enrique is that, yes, he'll be a success, but put it this way, right? I just don't think that Real Madrid fans and Espanyol fans, who are rivals of Barcelona, who have been booing Luis Enrique for X amount of years when he was manager of Barcelona, I'm not sure those fans will be able to get behind him fully as Spanish national team coach. Now, that might be a bit shallow. That might not be true, but try and imagine it in your circumstance. Let's say you're a Manchester United fan, as I am. If, let's say, Pep Guardiola left Manchester City and became English manager, I don't know if I'll be able to get behind him, to be honest with you, mate. I've given him so much stick, I don't know if I'll be able to get behind him. Now, of course, that's never going to happen, but you have to think of it that way. He's been Barcelona manager, he's won the treble, he was fantastic for them. Will Real Madrid fans be able to fully support him as a Spanish national team manager? I don't think so. I don't think so, but, I mean, I don't know what you guys think. John I says Isco is obviously with the new coach, which favours him. No World Cup start. Simon, thoughts on Harry Maguire to United? We'll get into that in a little bit. You guys aren't talking about... Yeah, 300 says they will have to. I mean, they'll have to get behind him, but they will have to, and I'm sure they will eventually come round to it. Of course, 2 years' time will be the Euros, so they will come round to it. It's just, I don't know whether they'll be fully able to get behind him. What you guys said in the comments. Come on, England, they've already got rid of Hierro. Yeah, they've got rid of Hierro, now they've brought in Luis Enrique. The Walking R says, when it gets to international football, you have to forget club rivalries and just come together. That's how we have so much support this year. That's true. It's very true. And you have to try and put aside club rivalry, as you said. I just don't know if I, as a Manchester United fan, would fully be able to cheer on Pep Guardiola as an English manager. That's just the way I'm thinking of it, but there you go. Anyway, enough of Luis Enrique, and on to the final sort of done deal is Lucas Torreira, before we get on to Ronaldo and things like that. Lucas Torreira has come out and said that he's looking forward to joining Arsenal, and then it's a great opportunity for him. So it's not done yet, he's still going to have the medical and things like that, but it does look like Lucas Torreira will be going to Arsenal, a medical, after the medical, which I presume will all be fine, played quite well in the World Cup. He'll be an Arsenal player. He's a central defensive midfielder, if you guys aren't aware. Plays for Sampdoria, or did play for Sampdoria. He's Uruguayan. So it's done. Central defensive midfielder. I think it's a wise move for Arsenal. It's clearly a place that they needed to strengthen for a little while now. I don't think Granit Xhaka's good enough. He played quite well in the World Cup, didn't he? I don't want to get carried away with World Cup performances. It's very risky to do. People saying, oh yeah, he had Ronaldo in his back pocket. He's this, he's that, he's great. He was good. He was good, but don't get carried away with World Cup performances. But, there you go. 22 years of age, central defensive midfielder, Lucas Torreira will become an Arsenal player very, very soon. Now, enough of that. Enough of the done deal stuff. I want to get onto the speculation, onto the big names. Ronaldo, Kylian Mbappe. Here we go. It's actually quite a big story, lads. Actually quite a big story. You ready? I am. ESPN have reported that Ronaldo will be moving to Juventus within the next 48 hours. In the next 2 days, Ronaldo will become a Juventus player. Now, that's obviously just from ESPN. That's not fact. It could fall through. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. But ESPN are reporting that he will become a Juventus player in the next 48 hours. Big news. ESPN aren't the Sun either, are they? They're quite reliable as well. So that's massive news. As always, get in your comments. Ronaldo to Juventus. Will it happen? Is it the right move for him? Is it the right move for Real Madrid? Juventus? Get involved. Get involved. ESPN, as Matthew says, are usually spot on. 48 hours, they've said, until Ronaldo becomes the Juventus player. Yes, as Edward says, ESPN are good as well. They are good. They are good. The reported fee is about 100 million euros, 88 million pounds. But I think that's also that's added on with a ridiculous amount of wages. Apparently, it's going to be about 500 grand a week. I think Ronaldo, when this first came out about Ronaldo to Juventus, I thought, oh, here he goes. Here we go again. Another contract for Ronnie. Jesus, Cristiano. Do you want another one, mate? Do you know, I thought that was where it was going to go, and I thought, United might get in there. And I sort of shrugged it aside as, nah, that won't happen. But as it's carried on, I've actually started to think, bloody hell. Jesus Christ, this is actually going to happen, isn't it? And I was really angry at first. Personally, as a United fan, I would have loved to see him come back to Manchester United. But as it's gone on, and I've started to calm down a little bit, and I thought about it, I thought, I'd love to see Ronaldo at Juventus. I think it'd be bloody brilliant. It'd be brilliant for the Serie A, and I'll keep a close eye on Juventus next season. Thirdly, as we've talked about before, it makes sense for him, doesn't it? If he comes back to England, it's like, right, you've done that already, mate. Either you do it again and you're like, okay, you've already done that, or you fail and you don't do as good as you did before, and it's like, oh, it's not what he was. But if he goes to Juventus, which is, I feel, a weaker league than England, people will be like, oh, shove Messi up your arse, mate. He's done it in England, smashed it. Did it in Spain, smashed it. And now he's done it in Italy for Juventus, smashed it. And if Ronaldo can get Juventus to a Champions League final and potentially win it, for me, he'll be the greatest of all time, personally. But what do you guys think about that? We will be talking about Ronaldo replacements as well after I get your comments on Ronaldo to Juventus. Not always credible, ESPN, but anyways, it most likely looks like it's happening. I agree. Look, as I said, it's not fact. It's not fact. It's Real Madrid or Juventus haven't come out with it. So it is a sort of a deal where you're like, if he's not holding the shirt, I won't believe it until he's holding the shirt. But ESPN, they're no mugs. They're no Sun, right? They're no Daily Star. They're ESPN. So take note. Ronaldo will be a flop at Juve. Why do you think that? I mean, guys, do you think Ronaldo will work at Juventus, or do you think he'll flop? I personally think he'll work. I think he's got fantastic. I think he's got a long time left in him, to be honest. The way he's maintained his body has been unbelievable. So I think he's got the body of a 28, 29-year-old. I think he's still got 3 or 4 years left in him at the top. I think he'll do fantastically well at Juventus, to be honest. It's just my opinion. Ronaldo to Juventus is great for Serie A. I think so, mate. I think it's going to bring a lot of eyes to Serie A. It's already on the up, and I think it's going to if it's doing that at the moment, it's going to go like that if Ronaldo goes there, because I, and certainly a lot of you, will be watching Juventus far more intensely if Ronaldo's there than if he's not. So, I think it's be a fantastic move for Serie A. Albert Einstein says, if CR7 goes to Juventus over United, it's just another kick in the gonads for you red followers. Yeah, I mean, as I said, I'm sure Ronaldo loves United, but maybe he just doesn't want to go back to his, ex. You always say never go back to your ex, and maybe he just wants to have a new challenge somewhere he's never been before. As I said, conquer England, Spain, and Italy. That might be, it's not because he maybe hates United, although that may be the case of him and Mourinho's relationship not being great. But I don't think it's necessarily down to that. I think it's more down to Ronaldo wanting a new challenge. Nick says Serie A need both Milan teams to be relevant again for them to get to the top level. It does need to be. They do need to get a little bit more competition. With Juventus just smashing it every year, it does have that League Bundesliga type feel about it. If, like you say, if they really want it to be a proper league, they need it to become more competitive, where the title race is serious. Roma, AC Milan, Inter Milan, they're all up for it. That's really what they need. But yes, you can't have everything at once, can you? We should see big things from Juve in the Champions League. I think we will, mate. I think we will if Ronaldo goes there, especially. He effing hates Mourinho. Yeah, he's not the biggest fan of Mourinho, but it didn't end that sour with him. I think there is a mutual respect there, and I think if Ronaldo really loved Manchester United, he would come back. I just, like I said, I feel like he wants a new challenge. He will score goals for fun. I think so as well. He needs a new challenge, last big move. I agree with that. Edward says, hopefully Fergie can have a cheeky word with Ronaldo. I doubt that, mate. As I said, ESPN reporting it to be in the next 48 hours. You've already seen Ronaldo shirts being sold in Turin. And I think once that starts happening, when it's just sort of the fans doing it, then it's alright. But when it's like got the Adidas label on the back of it, you've seen it with everything, haven't you? You've seen it with the Sanchez deal. You've seen it with the Pogba deal. It happens so much. They send it to the manufacturers, get it going for the release, you know. So I think it is going to happen. Ronaldo can have everything with Juve, but with United he'll struggle. Yeah, anyway, on to Ronaldo's replacements. I mean, I'm loving your comments, absolutely loving them. We have got to keep it moving slightly. I've got about 20 minutes left, so I've got a good amount of time left. But in terms of Ronaldo replacements, I'm going to give you 3 options, okay, lads? Get ready, get typing. I'm going to give you 3 options. Eden Hazard, Neymar, and Mbappe. Which one do you feel would be the best replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo? Now, Real Madrid, right? They've got to replace him. You can't replace him like for like, because I don't feel any player, maybe other than Messi, is better than Ronaldo in the world. So you're always going to be going a step down, but you've got to replace him. You've got to replace that goals. So, like I said, Eden Hazard, Neymar, and Mbappe. Who do you feel is the best replacement? I see a lot of Mbappe's in the comments, a few Neymars, but Stall. I don't expect them to come in that quickly. Right, so a few things. Apparently, Florentino Perez has already decided the shirt number from Eden Hazard if he were to join Real Madrid. He has been heavily linked to Real Madrid, of course, over the last year or so, to be honest. He's always, he's saying it's fantastic to be there, it's a great club, and he's always been flirting with Real Madrid. So that as a deal, apparently Florentino Perez wants him. And when Florentino Perez wants someone, more often than not, he gets him. With Hazard, as Mark said earlier, Mark touched on him earlier, it's an interesting one, isn't it? I personally don't actually rate him that highly. On his day, he's fantastic, but that day doesn't come around often enough. He might have a good season and then be absolutely shocking the next one. Then have a good one, and then a shocking one the next one. From the season that we've just been in, he scored about 15 goals, I think, not too many assists. I mean, that is a Galactico signing, isn't fantastic. Of course, on his day, as I said, he's absolutely unplayable, but he's just so inconsistent. I don't feel Eden Hazard would be the right move for Real Madrid. I don't think he brings enough to Real Madrid in regards to replacing Cristiano Ronaldo, but that's my opinion. What do you guys think about that? On Neymar, I think this deal makes sense. And as I've been saying for a little while now, I'm a nobody. But I've got one little connection. I can't say who it is because he doesn't want it to be revealed. But I've got one little connection, and it's quite close to Real Madrid. Now, this person told me that talks have been ongoing with Neymar. That was a little while ago, so of course things can change, situations can differ. But there were talks there. Florentino Perez was keen on Neymar coming to Real Madrid. There would be no love lost there between Neymar and the Barcelona fans. Can they pull off the deal financially, Real Madrid? Yes. I think yes. They haven't spent a lot of money over the last few years under Zinedine Zidane. He's, rather than bringing in Galacticos, he's formed more of a team and dealt with what he can deal with, essentially. So they've got money. And especially when you sell Cristiano Ronaldo, you're going to be getting 100 million euros. Plus, he's going to be off the wage book. Now, they would no doubt paying him a ridiculous amount of money. So, that, the wages combined with 100 million euros plus whatever they've been saving up could cater for the Neymar deal. So, can they financially deal with Neymar? Yes. Will they get Neymar? I think it's more likely than people think, to be honest. I think it's the more natural replacement. You'd sort of say, who's the best 3 players in the world? You'd go Messi, Ronaldo, who else? Neymar. He is fantastic, although he's been an absolute tit in the World Cup. He's out now. It rolled off. But yeah, I think that is the more natural replacement. I think if he wants to win the Ballon d'Or, which is clearly his aspirations, I think Real Madrid is, of course, the place to do that rather than PSG. So, could it happen? I think so. What you guys said in the comments? Free Hannah says, don't be stupid. Neymar will cost 100 million north. I think so. But I think honestly, Real Madrid have got a flip ton of money in their bank, mate. Because if you think about it, who have they brought in for a serious amount of money over the last few years. They were used to bringing a big player in every season. They haven't done that for a little while now, have they? So they're going to have at least, maybe 200 million north already sitting in the bank. Plus that with the €100 million you get for Ronaldo. Plus that with all the wages that you're going to be saving that you were previously paying for Ronaldo, which was no doubt absolutely ridiculous. They're going to have enough money to cater for Neymar. Hazard definitely wants to go to Real Madrid. I think Hazard and Neymar both want a Real Madrid move, to be honest. I do. Neymar could go to Madrid and PSG officially sign Mbappe. Of course, I think Mbappe's still technically on loan from Monaco to PSG because they couldn't deal with the financial fair play deal. They need to sort something out, PSG, because financially their fair play is going to be on them. It's going to be on them like a fly on shit. I'll tell you that much. It's going to be on them, right? So they need to be careful. And if selling Neymar means they can permanently sign Mbappe, then so be it. But the next replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo is Kylian Mbappe. Kylian Mbappe is the other possibility for a potential replacement for Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, this one as well, I think is Neymar felt like the more natural replacement, but I feel Mbappe is the better replacement. And if I had to choose, as you guys said in the comments, I'd go for Kylian Mbappe. Now, he wouldn't like for like replace him because although in recent years Ronaldo has been playing up front, he's sort of there as a winger. Kylian Mbappe would be coming to play up front, I presume, although he does play on the wings at times, but I still think his best position is up front. He'd be replacing Karim Benzema as well, who they could move on. You'd bring Asensio on the left. You maybe play Asensio on the right, Isco on the left, and you deal with it that way, right? And play Mbappe up front. I feel Karim Benzema needs moving on. I don't feel he's been fantastic. I feel Mbappe is young. He's only about 19, isn't he? He brings goals. He's youth. The fans get inspired. We all know that we love young players, not in a sort of pedo way, just sort of in a we love it, don't we? We love the youth, and I just feel that is the better option, and he'll be there for a longer time than, let's say, a Neymar who's getting on a little bit now. Well, he's not getting on, but he's 27, isn't he? So Mbappe get paid $3 million less than Ronaldo. Dre Don says he's too young. Yeah, maybe he's a bit too young. Maybe he should develop his sort of career and his sort of himself as a player maybe a slightly longer at PSG. That could be the case, but I just feel like now is the perfect opportunity for Mbappe to go to Real Madrid, replace Karim Benzema and Ronaldo, and just smash it. We've seen what he can do in the World Cup. How much do you reckon Madrid could get for Benzema? I say 40 million max. I think so, 40 million max. No Premier League clubs really need a striker barring Chelsea, who we will get on in a little bit, by the way, Chelsea. We've got to hurry up. We've got 10 minutes left until Mark goes live. But, yeah, I just think Mbappe feels like the better move. But moving on. Apparently PSG want Coutinho to replace Neymar. Stop it, mate. Who's that? I can't remember who reported that. I think it was the Sun or something like that. Piss off the Sun. Do you know what I mean? Never is Coutinho going to PSG. He joined Barcelona in January. PSG clearly have got to be careful with financial fair play. There's no chance of that happening. Let's move on. In regards to Chelsea, who I said we will be getting on to, Chelsea. Now, this is very interesting. Antonio Conte, it seemed to be all done and dusted for him. He seemed to be out the door quicker than you can say, bye Conte, bye Antonio. But it seems now he might be staying. We all thought it would be Sarri to replace him. Obviously, he left Napoli, wasn't it? And he's free now. He's free, and we all thought, oh, it'll be Chelsea any minute now. But Antonio Conte's brother has actually posted an Instagram hinting at the fact that Antonio Conte might stay at Chelsea. So the Instagram was essentially Antonio Conte with all his staff arm in arm on the training ground pre-season with the caption, "Come on Chelsea, come on Team Conte, Chelsea 2018/19 season." That was the caption. Wow. That's big, isn't it? I mean, that's big. I'm sorry, but that Antonio Conte's brother saying that, come on Team Conte, come on Chelsea 2018/19 for Chelsea. That's absolutely massive, isn't it? Oh, for fuck's sake. Right, we're back. We're back. Don't know what that was about anyway, lads. Sorry about that. We might cut out in a second, which is to do with my laptop, not the Wi-Fi. But there you go. Anyway, so Antonio Conte's brother essentially saying that Conte probably will stay at Chelsea next season, which is massive because it probably means that Willian will leave Chelsea. A lot of rumours about Willian to United. Could that happen? I personally wouldn't like to see it happen, but if Antonio Conte stays at Chelsea, I think it probably will. We've seen after the FA Cup win against Manchester United with Chelsea, Willian actually sort of covered up Antonio Conte in the photo with trophies. He clearly isn't a fan of him. So if Antonio Conte stays at Chelsea, which it looks like he probably will, I guess Willian will leave, which might open the door for Manchester United. We've got to speed it up a little bit. Actually, I'll just take some of your comments because we have lost about 100 of you because of the Wi-Fi, but there you go. That's brilliant. Conte is a mess at the moment. Don't think he's invested in Chelsea. It's bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. It was dead certain that he was going to be. Oh, for fuck's sake, Dad. I don't know what's going on, lads. I don't know what to do. But there you go. I'm just going to end the stream now because I just don't want to keep going in from lag. But there you go. Thanks everyone for joining me today. I just have to cut it short. Sorry about that. But yeah, Ronaldo to Juventus looks like it's going to happen in the next 48 hours. I do apologise. I do apologise for the lag. But there you go. Ronaldo to Juventus, next 48 hours, it probably will happen. That's reported from the ESPN. I'll continue, Sander. I'll see it, guys. If it cuts out, I'll just end it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But there you go. And finally, a last few things. Arsenal interested in central defensive midfielder, 19 years of age, plays for Lorient in the French second division at the moment. He's called Matteo Guendouzi. I don't know much about him. There's not too much stats out there because he is just a central defensive midfielder. But Arsenal seem keen to bring in a young player along with some of the more experienced heads they are recruiting at the moment. So that's one to look out for. Jean-Michel Sarri is in London at the moment. It doesn't look like he'll go to Arsenal. I think Chelsea, Fulham are interested. West Ham apparently as well. I think Chelsea is the most likely destination for Sarri. He is in London at the moment. So there you go. Decent player. Plays for Nice at the moment. Sort of a box-to-box midfielder. I think he'll do well wherever he does go. And finally, with West Ham, Felipe Anderson from Lazio. They've been linked to him. Now, he's a fantastic player. Been linked to Manchester United and other big clubs quite a few times. Plays for Lazio, as I said. 25 years of age, right midfielder, Brazilian. In 32 games in Serie A, he's got 8 goals and 10 assists, which is very decent, isn't it? It's very decent. He could also be brought in to replace Manuel Lanzini, who, of course, is sort of out of a long-term injury. Decent. I think West Ham are doing fantastic in terms of their recruitment. Are we still lagging? No, just refresh it, mate. I think West Ham are doing fantastic in terms of their recruitment. I just think, Manuel Lanzini is out. Felipe Anderson, fantastic. Jack Wilshere is a good player as well. So there you go. But let's round it off there, lads. We have got to get off now because people are leaving anyway because of the lag. I don't know what that was all about, lads. Do apologise, but yeah, there's your transfer show for today. Sorry about the lag, as I said. Sorry for it dipping in and out. We'll be back. So tomorrow, Mark's going to be doing the semi-final, France-Belgium. The day after, of course, he'll be doing England versus Croatia. But then when the World Cup isn't on, we'll have 2 shows a day. So we'll have Mark's topical show at midday and my transfer show in the evening. So there you go. Cheers all. Appreciate it. I'm gonna head off now. Mark will be live on the United Stand, which is actually a Skype show this evening. So do head over there in literally 5 minutes time. So head over to the United Stand for a Skype show if you are interested in that. I'll see you all. I'll see you back here on Thursday with a transfer show, but I'm sure I might join Mark. For one of the watch-alongs at some point. So cheers all. Get subscribing. We've got a lot of stuff coming up on That's Football, and I'll speak to you all soon. Cheers, lads.